Listen, folks. I don't know. I think my graphics card is maybe getting a little too hot in here. It is. It's toasty. Well, to be fair, it was when I unbuttoned my shirt, so maybe it just couldn't handle it. It is a lot closer to me than you are. I'm not. Listen, I'm not trying to say anything, but. All right, where was I? Something about you will be able to hear my air conditioner in the background, which hopefully cools this place down a little bit. We'll see. First 10 minutes, it can be me rambling, as per always. So if you're watching this after the fact, you just get bored. I've mostly finished my food. Little morsels. Might snack on a little just to be obnoxious. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. No, don't blow it up, Sis Mav. I know. We'll see. If this fails again, I just don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll just stream from my phone in my living room or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's fine. Just 10 minutes start over. Well, should we do 5 minutes instead? Let's do 5 minutes instead. Let's do at 5:20. We'll start for realsies. If it works. Apple juice. Yeah, people are very generous. Apple juice is a thing. The train also does the thing. It is sticky because I got a Mai Tai on it. Just a couple drops. Still tasty. But I do have some sparkling apple juice. Chat, you're still going to have to convince me to do that. Handcuffs and habanero stream. I've done that, haven't I? And it was very difficult. It's very difficult. I'll do it again, but I don't like it. I'll have to get my handcuff keys again. I know where they are. They're not here, which is where they need to be. It's a problem. Robert Carley, thanks so much. Says, did Chili make a specific dollar amount demand in his amended complaint, which named me? He did. Well, I say specific. Actually, not all of them had specific demands. Some of them did. It was a lot, and I don't think the judge thinks that he's going to succeed in a lot of that. Welsh News Network says, okay, place your bets. Wait. This might break everything. No, what? No, stop it. What was that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets. How long will it be till this stream kills itself? Come on, folks, I don't have all day here. I'm taking one, I'm taking two, I'm taking $5, $6. It's gonna be a 10-minute stream. I don't know what I'm doing there. But there is that. The third nipple. That's on my back, actually. You won't see it. Don't forget to have milk or ice cream handy, says Shay. You are correct. And make sure that hamster has plenty of water. I'm going to check to make sure the fans are working. It's not too hot to touch, so we got that. The fans aren't even spinning! Okay, well, I see. Listen. Everything is broken. Start up again? Okay. What I'm going to do is try and launch some software to get my fan spinning up. Just to check. This hasn't been an issue before. Well, it has. But then I added the AC. Whiskey says, no, you did habaneros and cried like a girl. Not eating them while handcuffed. I didn't have handcuffs on. I wouldn't say I cried like a girl. Because there are some very tough girls out there. I was a little bitch about it, though. How's that for a compromise? I think that. Also, chat. You got to tell me what you want to see. And we're just going to make it a weird, exciting stream. Now, I was thinking body cam footage. But, like, what kind of body cam footage are we talking? New version available? No, that would just break everything. Did I get my computer set up from the Wish app? No. No, but there were issues. That was its own story. But, yeah. nude photos of me. I hope not. Are there any? Probably. No, Hitchbot, no. Also, Kick sees it. Flamingos! Nobody said it yet. Or if you did, I didn't see it. They're little flamingos. Aren't they fun? They're great. Oh, what was... That shouldn't be making that noise. I turned that off. No, I didn't turn it off. That's right. That's fine. I turned a different setting off. Where's my thing? Where's that software? What are you doing? Computer, do it. The computer's not going to last long. It's too hot in here. It's pretty warm. It's not that warm. Like, it's not... It's been warmer in here. But... Do I have a speed fan app? I don't think so. No, if it was too hot. I mean, I'm a little moist. But it's not that bad. It's definitely been worse before. And this isn't... Why did the fan stop spinning? Why won't it open the app? That does the thing. Well, I said 5 minutes. It probably won't be. Do we have ideas, folks? What kind of body cam footage you want to review? I am leaving it up to you. I have to wait until the chat tells me. I'm not seeing anything. Taser. Okay. Body cam taser footage. Don't mind if I do. And then I'll see if I can get my... Oh, there's the Florida Walmart taser one. I've seen that. Allegedly threatening to kill roommate with metal bed frame. I haven't seen that. Okay, bear with me. I think I found... Open sesame. Come on. Do the thing! Computers. Am I right? Computers. All right. Ah, heck. Let's watch this one. It's from Law and Crime Network, ampersand, from a month ago. I'll give you the exact date. May 9th, 2023. And it says, body cam shows the moments leading up to a police tasing and shooting. Oh. This one's going to get spicy, folks. If you don't want to see a man tased and shot, you might look away. All right, shooting man accused of threatening to kill his roommate with a metal bed frame on April 26th. The San Diego Police Department said 45-year-old Santo Merrick allegedly charged deputies with the unorthodox weapon after refusing to put it down, leading to a non-fatal shooting. That's good. All right. Judy, we're not there yet. There isn't body cam footage of that I know of. All right, let's watch this.
Which door? He wants...
Oh! All right, yeah, no, that's right there. That's a weapon. No question about it. That's a weapon. You come at police, you're holding that like that. A taser's not inappropriate by any means.
Body cam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he started to move towards them. With, again, that is a weapon. Just because it's not a knife or a sword or a gun. You can kill somebody with that. So him coming at them with that, immediately. I'm not going to argue the shooting.
Camera video shows a depth with...
Bop.
The incident happened is
okay, listen. Just give me the footage.
We just want to talk.
I just want the footage.
We'll make sure you're safe. We're gonna make sure you're safe, okay?
It's good. It's good.
Okay. Well, you need to drop that, okay? We can't just leave. We want to make sure that you're okay.
Officials can be heard asking Maroc if he wants mental health treatment.
Did you want to speak to a clinician? Did you want to talk to a clinician?
I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people who are going through a mental health crisis don't necessarily realize they are, and they will say no to that. Not that it's a bad request, but it's not going to be like, yep, we asked him, and that's it.
Okay, what would you like us to do? How can I help you?
First responders continue to ask Maroc to drop the bed frame, saying they feel unsafe.
That's the only way. That's the only way. You gotta work with me. You gotta work with me. Okay? What am I gonna find inside that room? This one here, yes. What is in there? What is in there? Because I'm concerned for my safety. I'm concerned for my safety. Okay? I'm concerned for my safety. Okay, I'm not gonna get close to you if you're holding that.
Sorry, that was me.
You need to drop
Oops.
that frame, okay?
Oops.
Okay. Who else is in the house, guys?
It's a good thing there's, you know, body camera footage right there.
Not.
You're holding. Okay.
Like,
As
I
Murrock
got...
suddenly
No, I
rushes out of
I got this, lady. I got this. It's fine.
the bedroom with the bed. Murrock.
We open this door. Which door? He wants.
All right, well, he's clearly not surrendering.
This body camera video.
Okay.
Murrock was.
Like, I appreciate it, but I got this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get the people in here. I cleared it already.
Including a police office.
Okay, well, that was the... And hey, I'm sure she did a great job. Just, I was looking for more pure body camera. It's fine, whatever. All right, what else do we want? Chat, what do we want? Floor man tries to kill somebody with kindness. Shitty name, kindness. Oh, it pops up in the search bar. Does it actually show it? Is there actual... Uh-oh.
All right.
Now, we have a lot of people talking about it. I'm not finding body cam footage. I do have World's Chillest Man asked robbery suspect for a beer from Inside Edition. Inside Edition might stop me from actually playing that or having it on my channel. Chat, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want, chat? What do you want? What videos do you want? People where a nickel/dime pot dealer was no-knock raided by unrecognizable officers who did not say they were police, and then came out with a gun on his side. Oh. That sounds not great for police. I mean, generally, there are times you announce, there are times you don't. Check my... Huh? Uh-huh. Okay. Neat. Uh-huh. Check my DMs. Are you... Oh, the animal control. I see. Oh, no. All right.
I'm in the zoo with the lion.
It's from Judy. It's Animal Control versus Furry Con. Wait, hold on. We have a genuine question. It says, Into the Blue MR, or Mr. Blue Bacon, genuine question. When police cam technology was introduced, was it welcomed or rejected by the regular officer on the street? Good citizen. Got it. My understanding was it was very welcomed because there were a lot of accusations made against police officers. This helped police officers. A good citizen, that wasn't in regards to you. That was this furry thing. Calm down. Anyway, my understanding was that people wanted... I would have loved to have had one. Because if someone makes an accusation against me, nope, I did my job right. I'm not out there to do my job wrong. Heck yeah. So, let's see what this... Oh, 20 minutes. Uh-oh.
That is a cool double flip off.
Sir, keep going.
Now I gotta put you in your cage.
Sir.
Why do I... Judy. Why do I think this isn't police related? Why did I get the feeling this man dressed as animal control and then went to this convention? I don't know if I can show all of this on my channel. Nat Geo Wild in the corner.
But you fell for the bait though.
No, I'm going to cover.
Body cams on furries? I don't know. You got me there. I have no idea.
Because that thing can be.
Okay, it's exactly what I thought it'd be. It's absolutely not police adjacent. This man's not animal control, I presume.
And scene.
It's kind of funny, but also follow through, my dude. Follow through. Otherwise, you're just participating. And you are contributing to, not addressing. No, I'm just kidding. If you're a furry, whatever, fine. I don't quite understand it, but okay. All right, chat. What else do we want? Hold on, Welsh had something? Is that what I'm saying? Shock. Again. All right. If it's the best taser of all time, this was a bad idea, leaving it up to you. It says, shock the monkey. Woman tasers her coochie. Chat, this is your fault. Oh. No, I cannot show this. Nope. Well, I had to see it. None of you do. You're welcome. Well, I'm not showing that. Shay 2 asks, any behind the scenes info on last weekend's convention? I mean, I got stories. John Barrowman's a lot of fun. He is a character. I'll tell you that. Paul Barry, thanks so much. See him look on Discord. I'm gonna go check it out. Just open this right here. Bam. Angry lady turns traffic stop into absolute chaos. I am in. See, Paul, this feels like what I'm looking for. Any behind the scenes though? Like behind the scenes? Ain't nothing too crazy. I'm not showing it to you guys. I'm not showing the taser of the coochie. All right. This is from Body Cam Files, by the way. It was released 4 hours ago. All right. Well, let's review it. Let's see what happened. No, there's no nudity, but I have standards on this channel, Welsh.
She's crazy. That woman needs to go to jail.
Man, you've been watching way too much Facebook.
So you've been watching way too much Facebook? All right. Driver refuses to stop for police. Bloop. Right there. See that? Boom. That evading, eluding, something like that could be felony level. Like, that's a potentially pretty big crime. You generally don't want to do that. Also, Jeff Hart, thanks so much, says, Samuel L. Jackson as youth hockey coach. What? Alec says, when we're doing Gary Spawn. That's a great question. Probably not for at least the next 2 weeks, because I got National Guard stuff. But we definitely have to.
We're heading down Bayshore now. Speeds are at 27 miles per hour.
All right. Good comms. Good comms.
Of the Thai restaurant. Be advised, vehicle just struck the curb. We're slow rolling here by the dumpster.
All right. Struck the curb makes me think. I mean, 27 miles per hour is not that fast. It makes me think intoxicated, as opposed to like trying to get away. Actual ESPN video? What, this one? Right here? That we're watching? This guy? I don't know what you guys are saying. So, if someone's not pulling over, they're only going, 30 miles an hour and they're hitting the curb, it's probably intoxication. Not necessarily guaranteed intoxication, but that would be what would be going through my head.
Driver, turn the vehicle off now!
Now, listen, Welsh, I didn't show the entire 20 minutes. I skipped a little bit just to show that it was exactly what I thought it was. And that's a hell of a lot different than a woman tasing herself in the Ghibli bits.
Turn your vehicle off now! Open the door!
All right, felony traffic stop. So perhaps they are treating it felony evading, eluding. Okay, that isn't unreasonable necessarily. I don't see a gun drawn, but all of this says felony traffic stop to me.
Let me see your hands. Step out of the vehicle slowly. Whenever you step out of the vehicle, face away from me. Stay facing away from me.
I don't know that I like that command. Not whenever. That implies a choice to step out. It should be step out of the vehicle and face away from me at all times. But not that big of a problem. You do hear that there's a second officer that is also giving a command. Generally, I don't like two officers giving commands because it can be confusing. That wasn't a problem. That was just a repetition of what was already given, essentially. Not a problem. U235, you are noticed. In fact, I will give you...
Careful, Icarus.
One of those. Oh, ESPN has Samuel L. Jackson reprised his Pulp Fiction role as Jules as a youth hockey coach. Oh. I don't know that I remember his role as Jules at all. I'll have to check that out. Maybe not now, but at some point.
Out of the vehicle right now! What did I do wrong? What's going on?
This is a traffic stop for expired registration, fail to drive in a single lane.
Okay. Expired registration. That's an infraction, possibly arrest, depending on where you are, what the situation is. Failure to stay in lane, also that's grounds for traffic stop. Failure to stop, if that's in fact what happened, that is grounds for an arrest, for sure. And it seems like felony traffic stop. And if she's asking a lot of questions, I suspect there may be some resisting if she's not actually following through with the demands. You can ask questions, but if you're asking questions in lieu of following commands, that could be an issue. Hedgebot, thank you so much, as CEO of companies, DUI, if you like, impotent rage, and empty entitlement. CEO of companies, DUI. I'll check that out. That sounds like a good time.
Stay facing away from me.
Lisa, how do I not remember Samuel L. Jackson as Jules? Yes. That's all I got for you.
But now.
Need to make some calls. I don't know what's going on. That's not how it works. You don't have to know what's going on to still be required to follow the orders.
Down. Do not escalate this situation.
Get out of the car!
Oh, she's going back
Why
in.
do people have to resist us? This is ridiculous.
I called resisting.
We're
I
gonna wait
did.
for Santa Rosa to get here. Ma'am, open the door and step out of the vehicle. Can you see it? She's still on the phone. Why don't you come over here behind me? What we're going to do is we're going to go up to this car on the driver's side. All three of us. We're going to approach as a team. Okay.
I like the planning.
We're going to light up the interior of the car. I want to see if there's any. Very quickly. We're going to see if there's any weapons or anything. We're going to try to open up the driver's door and tell her to get out of the car.
I like it. Also, thanks, Hitchbot. If I didn't thank you.
Ma'am, open up the door. Ma'am, please open up the door.
Not even an open window. And again, you only have to, I say this a lot, you only have to open your window about that much. And they can still order you outside of your vehicle. But you just have to open it enough to communicate and pass paperwork through. But she doesn't even have it open enough for that. Her vehicle appears to be locked. She's about to have a bad time.
The door's locked. Ma'am, unlock the door, please.
Roll the window down.
Ma'am, please open up the door. I don't want to have to break the window.
They're allowed to at this point, basically.
Window down, we have to break the window.
Ma'am, you need to open up the door and step out of the vehicle and provide identification. This is a traffic stop, as I've already informed you previously.
Do not escalate this situation.
Ma'am, you are escalating the situation. You need to at least put your window down, open up the door, and step out of the vehicle. I've already...
She is the one who is contributing to the escalation of the situation. There are people who be like, oh no, the police officers are... Why is my... That'll be that. People are like, no, the police officers are. Now, the police officers are saying the exact right thing. This woman is not complying when she's legally required to. She is, in fact, the one who's escalating this by not appropriately responding to the orders being given. I get it. She wants to call her attorney and make sure she knows what's going on. This is not the time to do that. Bad move on her part.
I told you because your registration's expired. You're driving in the left lane.
Cindy, I don't know what a jerry curl is, so I'm going to say no.
And also, you're drifting in and out of your lane. Ma'am, listen to me. If you do not open the door, we're going to break the window. I've already communicated that to you. You've been stopped for a few traffic violations.
Wish we could hear her. Oh.
Oh my God.
This
Her
officer.
face is so close to the window. Don't break this one. Okay.
Yeah. So in this case, he's absolutely right. This officer's nailing it. You would break the other window, hit the unlock button, and then everyone would be pulling out the doors. I had a great training moment once upon a time where we had an MP in a vehicle for training purposes, and I was like starting to step out of the vehicle. He's like, "No, I'm not going to." He just hit not the button, but the little bloop on the door. I just went, "Okay," and there's another MP on the other side. I just went, "Open the other door," and just unlocked. And I went, "You can step out now?" And "Oh, okay, fine." It was great. Didn't happen in real life. It's a training scenario. MP thought he was being very clever. I just leaned over the vehicle and just open the door right now. Oh. So yeah, going through the other doors offered a great option, especially with glass that's going to be flying through. You're not going to want to hit this. He is correct. Her face is very close to that window. And you might say, turn away from the window, turn away from the window. But she's already being very non-compliant. And she's looking at this window. Hitting the window on the other side, not a bad idea. That's probably what I'd do.
Go on the passenger side. I'll tell you when. Ma'am, last warning. Please step out of the vehicle. Ma'am, do you understand this is your last warning?
Last warning.
You are under arrest. Go ahead. Just break it.
Oh no. Somebody's been skipping an arm day. Breaking the window because you wouldn't open the vehicle or step out.
You guys are violating my rights right now. You are scaring
Literally,
me
no.
and I have done nothing wrong.
No, it sounds like she's committed several infractions and or crimes. And she's refusing to step out of the vehicle. Pennsylvania versus Mims says, Mims? Pennsylvania versus Mims says, you gotta step out of the vehicle. If a police officer asks you to during a traffic stop. If you're the driver. There's another case for passengers, I believe. But Pennsylvania versus Mims would apply to this. And she is doing the wrong thing. And that is likely resisting / obstruction of justice. Also, you know what? I am feeling like some sparkling apple juice. I'm going to leave that right there. Right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Come on.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Let me go. What are you doing? Stop.
You're under arrest.
Hands on your back.
Hands behind your back.
What are you arresting me for? Why are you grabbing me like this? Let me go.
More resisting.
What did you do to me? Why are you arresting me? Why are you doing this to me?
I'll tell you this. I bet they would have explained it to her if she had stepped out of the vehicle. I bet they would have.
This is scaring me. You are violating my rights.
You're under arrest.
For what?
For resisting arrest.
I am not resisting.
Obstruction, okay?
I am not
Ma'am, it's over.
resisting.
Violation of 84302.
Let me go. I'm not.
No, ma'am, you're going.
Escalating the situation.
You're
It's
going to
over.
jail.
Stop resisting.
I was never resisting. You guys attacked.
Judy says, what's the saying? Ask, tell, make? Yes. They gave her a lot more warnings than they probably had to. Also, I feel like my microphone is very loud, and I'm going to try to correct that. That's a little better. Wait. I feel good about that. Up the bass? Nah, I don't know. We'll keep it there. Whiskey, thanks for being a member, says, hint, hint, you're the house for dropping out so much tonight. Be a man, drink your juice. Creaky chair. Creaky chair. Oh, my coin. How did it end up there? Yes. There's my bubbly juice. With appeal on shooting case, the man shot 9 times, survived paralyzed, got $11 million. That sounds complicated and perhaps too long for a stream, but I can look. But thank you, Whiskey.
No, let go of my. Give me my phone.
Stop resisting.
You are not going to delete.
Ma'am, stop.
Audio. I am not resisting
Stop
arrest.
resisting.
You do not have to
Stop
grab me.
resisting now.
I am not resisting.
Stop resisting.
I have a witness
resisting.
and everything. What is
Stop.
your
Cut
What
it
is
out.
your name?
Quit
What is
resisting.
your name?
Quit
You have a right.
Actually resist them. I'm not resisting. I'm just stretching in the wrong direction. Come on.
No,
Resisting.
who is arresting me?
You're going to the back of the police car now.
I have somebody coming over here. I have my brother and my children here. I have a right to know where I'm going.
No. Police don't have to wait for your brother or your whoever. They don't. You committed a crime. You continue to commit a crime in front of them. They're arresting you now. You will find out where you're going. It's generally written on the building they put you in. It will be on your intake paperwork. It will be definitely given to you. Right now, where you're going is the back of a patrol car. Because you're being arrested. It's not that complicated.
No! I have a right to know where I'm going. My brother's on
Yeah,
his way.
you're going to the Santa Rosa County Jail.
Wait
That's where
till
you're
my
going.
brother gets here.
No.
I need my cell phone. No! Stop!
You're going to jail.
No, I am not going to jail. until my
Yes, you
brother
are.
gets here.
You're going to
I need
jail.
to get my. I know my rights.
She actually doesn't.
You should exercise the right to remain silent right now.
I need my cell phone.
This officer.
I want my cell phone. I need my property. I need my cell phone.
Oh, Mike Sibes Rose says, do I get a flip? I donated 20 before you went down. Did you? I don't have that on my list from the last 10 months. Did you, though? Mike? Well, I suppose I could trust you. Ah, heck, I'll give you a flip. Yes. However, unfortunately, the flip is tails. As a reminder, if it was heads, you would see this little white dot. Ha! Anyway.
Property. I know my rights. You have no right to
No, you
delete
don't.
those videos from my phone. I want my property.
No, when you're arrested, police can take all of your personal property off of you. Your phone, your wallet, your keys, anything in your pockets is often taken out, documented, put in a secure location. You don't have the right... When you're being arrested, when you back a patrol car going to the jail, you don't have a right to have your phone. That's not how it works. Oh, it did happen? It did happen. Oh, all right. Well, coin flip was tails.
Know my rights.
Who's talking? What's the problem?
I guess that's the lady that she called. Did she say she called for you?
What's going on now?
No, I was just over here working. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to fix a PowerPoint that I got. Well, I watched her for 15 minutes ignore you guys.
Oh, okay, okay.
Telling her, and I've been videoing, so I will
Oh, okay.
to you.
Gotcha.
That is good to have.
She's crazy.
If you would, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That woman needs to go to jail.
Yeah, she, I lit her up way back there in the seashore.
I was like, yeah, that's why I went back inside, turned the lights off. I didn't want anybody to know I was here.
Gotcha, okay.
I do not give you consent to search my vehicle. You have no.
They don't need your consent to do a pre-tow inventory, if in fact they are doing a pre-tow inventory. Or if something isn't plain for you, they don't need your consent.
You have no right.
Ma'am.
Do not.
Ma'am,
get
it's
out
a
of my
tow-
vehicle. You have no right to pull me over.
Ma'am, it's
Let me go.
tow inventory, okay?
Oh, I'm so good at this. It's almost like I used to do this for a living. Yeah, so a pre-tow inventory, you don't really go through that much, but you just check to see if there are any values or any items of high value. You document it, because if they go missing, you want to be able to say, yeah, we said they were in there, and the tow truck driver signed for it. So if they're missing, it's not our fault, it's the tow truck drivers. That's a pre-tow inventory. It has been ruled to be permissible. So, I mean, you're not opening up every tiny little compartment. You're sort of looking in. Cool. Diamond type bracelet. You don't say okay. Fun police fact, ladies and gentlemen. When you have something that looks like gold, you don't say that it's gold. You say golden color. Because there are certain things that look like gold or silver that aren't. And so if you say gold chain, and it's actually like a brass chain, and then you give the person back a brass chain, and they go, that's so weird. This paperwork says gold chain. You gave me the wrong chain. They could make a fuss and say you didn't give what they wrote down. So you don't say gold chain or gold whatever. You say gold in color. Fun fact. Just a fun little tidbit of knowledge to all of you.
You have no right to search my vehicle.
Matt, that's true. But I was also drinking the entire time. So I feel like that counts as the coin flips.
I have not given you consent. You have no warrant.
Yellow metallic bracelet,
Inventory.
says Mav. Yeah, that would also work, yeah.
This is not inventory. You are searching my vehicle without my permission.
Yeah.
You have
Okay,
no
so
right.
the Fourth Amendment protects you against unreasonable, not all searches, unreasonable searches without a warrant, etc. It's not unreasonable.
Right.
It's called inventory, ma'am.
It's not.
Yes,
It is
ma'am.
not. This is my property. You take inventory in the jail. You are breaking the law.
Okay. When you get signaled by police to pull over for a traffic violation, you have to pull over and provide identification. You have to understand that.
I am not from here. I tried
This
to
is-
pull over. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, well, she's not from here, therefore jurisdiction doesn't apply, and she gets to commit any crime she wants. Hey, guess what? No. It doesn't work for sovereign citizens. It doesn't work for visitors, foreigners, visa holders, whatever. If you're within the jurisdiction, you got to follow the laws of that jurisdiction. And sure, you might be able to mount that as defense, but it's not going to stop them from charging you with crimes, especially when they are ordering you how to do things. Now, here's another problem for her. She's been given the orders of what to do. So if she doesn't know what to do, congratulations. They're telling you. Should be super easy. But she's also saying she knows her rights. I know my rights. I know my rights. Well, then but now you're saying you're not from here. So do you know your rights or not? You got to make up your mind. Not a great look for her. It's not going to, I don't think that's really going to help her at all, because all of her statements about saying, I know my rights, clearly not. So, you thought you did, maybe, and now you think you don't. Doesn't make sense. But I digress. 5 minutes only? Okay, I might be able to check that out. 5 minutes.
This is nationwide, okay?
This is not nationwide. This is nothing.
No, it
Yeah,
is
when the police
nationwide.
signal you to pull over, you have to stop.
There's a law everywhere.
And that's why you need this many calls for one person?
Yeah, because you were resisting.
No, I was not resisting.
She
I had
was
no
resisting.
idea what was going on. You only followed me for not even a mile. For half a mile, I was.
Hey, listen, here's the deal. It's not the amount of time you follow somebody, it's what you see while you're following them. And if you see them committing crimes or infractions while following them for merely half a mile, that's good enough. You only have to do it once.
Confused. I thought you were an ambulance.
Red and blue lights?
You guys are now violating
From
my
3
rights
police
and
cars?
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold
I
on.
was confused. I thought you were an ambulance.
You still have to yield to an ambulance that has its emergency lights engaged. And it sounds like she didn't. So that's also not an excuse.
Red and blue lights?
You guys are now violating
From
my
3
rights,
police
and
cars?
You best believe I will do something about this.
Okay.
Oh, great.
I will do something about this. It doesn't
Sure.
matter what it is that you believe. You are now searching
No.
my property without my consent.
When people have told that to me, like, "Oh, I'm gonna report something or whatever. I'm gonna file a complaint." Didn't happen often. A few times, maybe 2, 3. I don't know. People would be like, "I'm gonna complain about this to somebody." There's my name. Spell it correctly, because I know I'm doing the right thing. You are incredibly intoxicated. Okay, not always, but there was a great one. I'm also an MP. I work for the battalion. I'm gonna talk to the sergeant major. Like, great. Do you want me to write my name down for you so you can give it to him? I would love that, because then I get to, and I didn't say this to him, then I get to explain that your soldier was incredibly drunk and making an ass of himself, and that's really how you want them to behave? It was a vehicle inspection, random vehicle inspection. Oh, I'll tell the story. All right. Fine. You have convinced me. I was the NCOIC for a few months. Couple months? That sounds right. Of the ramp team. vehicle inspection team. You pull over a random vehicle. Often it's like a certain color or a certain make. Primarily, it's this amount of vehicles. You just like, all right, we've counted to that many. That one. Or if someone looks like they're trying to avoid our lane, that one. Bring them back. We want to check that. So, random vehicle inspections. We had a guy. We pulled him over. One of his passengers was an MP. He was very drunk. Driver was sober. And so, good evening. It was evening. I'm Sergeant Whatsit with the Whatsit Police, whatever. JBLM Military Police. You have been randomly selected for vehicle inspection. Please open all doors and compartments to include the trunk, center console, and glove compartments and step out of the vehicle. Over here, we have private whatever. They will be getting your information. And then once we have concluded our vehicle search, you will be free to leave unless we find something of note. There was a speech. I don't have it memorized. I got about 80% of it still in the old brain. And this guy, he got out of the vehicle and he just stood next to the vehicle, like basically blocking the door. I'm like, sir, you got to move. He goes, no, I don't. I'm like, yes, step to the curb. I don't have to. Yes, you do. I'm ordering you to right now. No, I'm an MP. I know how it works. Great. Then you should know that I can tell you to step to the curb. Step to the curb right now. Fine. I'm going to report this. You know I work in the battalion. I'm going to tell the sergeant major. And I just, yes. Here's my name. Would you like me to write it down for you? Do you want my badge number? I'll give you my badge number. Make sure you tell him. I can't wait to have that conversation. Until that happens, though, step to the curb. And he just, fine. Do that. And I saw him again. I was like, oh, did you talk to Sergeant Major? No, it wasn't him. Sorry, I'm remembering. He was on staff duty, and the other soldier on staff duty with him had to unlock the motor pool gate. And he identified that he was working with a soldier. I said, that guy, ask him for me if he's talked to Sergeant Major yet, because I haven't heard anything and I want to. And then he hadn't, apparently. So weird. Yeah, it wasn't him I saw. It was his assistant, basically. What a doofus. Good times. So. Okay, H-Bot, it's not that we're like specifically being like, that one looks suspicious. Unless it looks like they're actively trying to avoid our lane. But it is random in the sense that, like, there is a method to it. But that any vehicle could end up in it. The color and make was specifically if there was basically a bolo out for a vehicle. Like, be on the lookout. As in, this vehicle may have been involved in a crime. Only then, that was pretty uncommon. Usually it was just every 10th vehicle, every 3rd vehicle, every 7th vehicle, 5th, whatever. Roll the dice. I don't know how it worked. We got a number, we got a location, we got a time. We'd show up and we'd do it. It was a lot of fun. It was pretty great. So, I kind of miss it sometimes.
I don't even think she has
Without my consent!
I don't think she has a license.
Searching my property without my consent.
Richard Cranium.
I know my rights.
Hey there.
Man, where's your license located?
I don't have it with me.
Uh-oh, doesn't have it with her. Shay 2 asked convention costs. All right, out of this video, I'll see if I can come up with any.
Is on my ID that you are searching without my permission. I have no right to.
Yawn, yawn, yawn. Yawn, yawn, yawn.
I want to speak with my brother. You guys know you're doing wrong and you will pay for this. I need to know that.
Oh, Hitchbot, I'll tell you a story. I've told it before. I'll tell it again. Bop, 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 bop.
I'll let you know here in just a second.
Beep, boop, 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 boop. She's just complaining in the back seat.
The way you guys came to me is breaking the law. All of these officers for what?
For you, lady.
Make a few phone calls. I need to figure this out. I'm not even from the state.
You can make a phone call when you get
Oh,
to
she's
the jail.
not even from the state. Not from the country. Not from the state. Anyway, that's probably the end of that. So, all right, story time about the highest ranking person I ever inspected that I can remember, who made a fuss. It's a master sergeant. This would have been around December. We were doing it in the cold months. It's great. And then all convention stories. It was, that one was morning. Good morning, Master Sergeant. You've been randomly selected for a vehicle inspection. My name is Sergeant Whatever, Joint Base Lewis McCord Military Police. Please open up all doors and your trunk. your center compartment, center console, your I just said it. Glove compartment, any other openable containers, and then step out of the vehicle to the curb, please. One of my soldiers will speak to you there. That's pretty close to what the speech was. And he gets out, and he opens his stuff, and he checks it, and he goes, "Ugh, I can't believe you're doing this. I'm going to be late for whatever I'm doing," which is a very common complaint. Understood, Master Sergeant. Understood, Master Sergeant. We're going to be as quick as possible. Should take us about 2 minutes. And in my brain, it's always, my job is my job. You failing to appropriately manage your time is not. And if 2 minutes is the make or break, what happened to 15 minutes prior, right? In the Army, some of you know, you be everywhere 15 minutes prior, always. Because what if there's a lot of traffic? What if a lot of things happen? And if they really complain about, I can write you a note. I can give you a number that they can call to confirm that you were here, if that really is concerning you. And I don't think anybody ever took me up on that, because they just want to make a fuss. But he goes, "It's really cold. I can't believe you're having me stand out here in the cold. It's December. It is very cold." I went, "Master Sergeant, where's my foot pedal? Master Sergeant, there it is. Master Sergeant, I understand that it's cold because I work 10-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts, whatever the hour shift was, somewhere between 8 and 10. I'm here for hours outside. So believe me, I understand how cold it is. We will get this done as quickly as possible while still doing our job to the standard." He goes, "Well, I might want to report this because this is unacceptable." And great. Once again, here is my name. Make sure you spell it correctly. Otherwise, they might get confused. I would be very happy to have that conversation because, once again, we are also very cold out here. And if these searches could be discontinued until everything warmed up, I would not be opposed to that. So please do file that complaint because I, too, am cold." You know what? He never filed that complaint. Weird, I know. Convention stories. All right. Give you the good John Barrowman story because it was fun. So I was his driver from the airport. I'm not going to tell you all those stories yet. A lot of fun. You know, I stayed pretty serious. Like, yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, sir. I-5 is the main highway in Washington. Oh, that's the one that goes all the way to California? Yes, sir, if you're really interested in driving for 20 hours. Oh, okay. Just, cool. And when he first got into the car, I'm just straight ahead, just professional. And I saw him keep glancing at me as if is this guy going to pay attention to me? Is he going to acknowledge me? I was in my head, I'm like, it would be rude not to acknowledge him. But I'm trying to I'm not here to be all up in his business. I'm not about that life. I'm better trained than that. Not by the convention people. I've done this professionally. I've been a professional bodyguard. You don't talk to them other than bare minimum unless they engage in conversation. So I'm just... But he keeps looking at me as if he's like, why won't this man acknowledge me? So I go, how was the flight, sir? And he goes, well, it landed. Well, that's the best we could ask for, sir. Or that's what we were hoping for. Something like that. Anyway, the drive was pretty uneventful. He hummed Baby Shark to himself a lot, which was hilarious. The best moment was when we were taking him back. I was not his driver back, but I was sort of in the back of the convention space, waiting I had my vehicle ready to go so I could shuttle people to wherever they're going. And there were a bunch of us, the staff there, to do that. And John Barrowman comes out and goes, all right, all of you lazy people, look at you, not doing anything, just lazing around. I go, yes, sir. And I drop and start doing push-ups. And I will tell you, these were probably the prettiest looking push-ups I ever did in my life. Because now I'm on the ground well, I can't. Now I actually had to follow through. All right, I'll knock out 10. He goes, yeah, give me 20. All right, I can do 20. And you, give me 10. And somebody slapped my ass. And I was like, yes, sir. And I jumped up. And then we stopped it there. It didn't go farther than that. I just went, yes, sir. Serious face. Which he appreciated. He thought it was very funny. I know how to play the game. Don't worry. I would have done it. John Barrowman is a lot of fun. Of all the men in the world, if I could pick 10 men to slap the ass of, if it was consensual, I would do it. Just give him a good game. This is me joking around. This is not. This is a joke. Anyway, but he did shake my hand. He sought me out specifically to shake my hand and said, "Thank you so much for your work at the convention," because I did escort him around to a couple places, etc. Which is nice. I like his character. I think he plays a lot of fun characters, and he's a very interesting person in person. So I know someone was asking about. I think someone sent me an email. He got kicked out of a restaurant in Tacoma. That is not actually accurate. They were full, and I think I don't actually know the details. I think they just said, "We have another restaurant within walking distance. Can we bring you there?" And he was like, "Yeah, the customer service wasn't great." And then it became like he was removed because of anti-gay things, he was very much like, "No, absolutely not. Stop it." He was kind of upset that people were just taking it out of context and making up their own story because they wanted to. I say upset. He just wasn't happy about it. He really wanted to correct it because like that's not what happened. And I appreciate people wanting to back me up, but this isn't a situation where it's necessary because it's not that situation. And I was just like, it's nice to hear him like actually try to correct people. But he was a lot of fun. Yes, Jeff Hartz. That's right. Yes, I saw that. No, I wasn't going to slap his ass. I don't have anything too crazy. It was mostly me. Well, someone got stuck in an escalator. No injuries, but it was a lot of fun. It was just, I love work conventions. I'm not out there to like actually schmooze around with the celebrities or anything. But there are interactions, and they're pretty normal interactions because celebrities tend to be pretty normal people. Until you get a lot of money, and then it can get a little weird. But, it was a lot of fun. O'Neill with 1 L, 2 L's. Huh? This is the hand that shook his hand. I didn't slap anybody's ass. I did not do that. All right. Something about CEO. Wait, no. There was Myrtle Beach raid that went horribly wrong. Okay, next video. As I slowly lose my voice. April 16th, 2015, an armed squad of unmarked police officers entered Julian Benton's home in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. All right, no-knock raids are very dangerous. You generally have to get a lot of permission to do them, although historically that isn't always what happens. Because when you have unmarked officers and you don't announce yourself, and someone tries to defend their home, it can be argued, well, they didn't know. They didn't know who it was. Not always successfully, but it can be. Oh, this is 1 hour and 23 minutes. And then there's the appeal, which is shorter. Okay, we're not. Let me check how long the other one is. 5 minutes.
They lied.
Okay.
Or made false.
Oh, I would probably have to watch the situation before watching this.
Okay, but then again.
Yeah, no, I'd have to watch the situation first. I will keep that in mind. Worst type of celebs of all, French. Okay, I'll tell you who was a really great celebrity. The voice actor of Diva, or actress, I suppose, of Diva, the video game character. Very nice. There was a wrestler, a couple wrestlers. They're both very friendly. The guy, though, at SummerCon, super, super friendly. Like, thank you so much for driving. Thank you so much for helping. Thank you so much for the water. Just really made a point of being super nice. There was Dante, the guy who's Rufio and Hook. He was Zuko, I think, in Avatar. I didn't have much interaction with him, but I was told that he was just amazing as a person. There was a guy who was in Star Wars. He was an X-Wing fighter, sort of older Asian man. He's in Kim's Convenience. Wow, was he nice. Like, he specifically sought out the staff to shake everyone's hand, like, look in the eye and say, "This was wonderful, thank you." And it was just like, oh, look at you. You're so new to this. Like, you haven't become hardened and jaded yet, like John Delancey. I'm kidding. John Delancey keeps to himself. John Delancey's tons of fun, but he often likes to keep to himself. Jonathan Frakes didn't have much interaction. I got to listen to him swear. Someone told him a dad joke, and he laughed and like swore like, well, I don't want to repeat it. There might be children in the audience. So he was a lot of fun, but he also has like his own people that he was with. So they did all the transport and whatnot, which is perfectly fine. Who else was great? The Death Note people were pretty nice. They were pretty fun. The voice actors for that. I don't really know much about Death Note, but they were pretty nice. Giancarlo Esposito, I'm told, was very friendly. I assisted him a couple times. I didn't actually like interact with him. I don't remember his name. The guy who like voices Beast Boys and Teen Titan Go. Just super mellow, like, oh, what's up, man? Yeah, he also had his dog Sidekick with him. I don't know much about the guy, but seemed like quite a character. I did not meet the Black Power Ranger, no. I did drive Grant Gustin, was it? And he was super friendly with the fans, apparently delight with the fans. Sort of kept to himself outside of that, which is exactly what I expect from just about anybody. Like, if anybody comes away from meeting 1,000 people and still wants to talk, wow, I know I wouldn't. But I drove him to his hotel, and he just was in the back seat. But afterwards, he was like, oh, thank you so much for the drive. Yeah, sure. Thank you for appreciating it. I drove a couple comic book creators, like old, like very, very famous comic book creators to the airport, and listening to them talk in the back seat about the industry and how it changed and what they liked, and all, it was so amazing to hear just sort of their stories to each other, not even to me. And the older one, I can't remember his name. He was only going by one name, basically. Like, he's the guy that created the Teen Titans, like the modern Teen Titans, which is nuts. Like, this guy is famous comic books. I don't know much about comic books, but I know enough to know he's a big deal. And he's like, driver, would you mind turning down the air conditioning? It's a little brisk back here. I was like, oh, that's kind of fun being the official driver, as opposed to just some dude they slapped in a shirt and threw in a van he's never driven. Very fun stuff. So yeah, it was just, I really enjoy doing that. And just, it's like 4 days of me nonstop moving, 5 hours of sleep at most a night, and then getting back into it, running around, doing all the things. And I love the chaos of it. And it's a great workout, I'll be honest with you. It's really good. Wolfman was one of them. I discussed military strategy with him. He was not the guy. Marv Wolfman, I was driving him and a few other comic book guys. And they're like, oh man, you guys been paying attention to what's been happening in Russia and Ukraine? Hey, aren't you National Guard? I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, gentlemen. I'm like, what do you think about that? I was like, oh, I've been extensively following the recent things. I was like, well, if you really want to know, this, give you the basics of this. And they went, well, what about this? Why does this make sense? Well, because this is the reason, because of something or other. And, oh, wow. And Marv Wolfman sort of like, he's there. I'm not sure he was quite like fully 100% present at the convention the entire time, if that makes sense. But like for that conversation, he was paying attention. He was engaged. I was like, oh, you know some stuff. Like being at a convention, there was someone that was sort of like, Mr. Wolfman, we're going this way, Mr. Wolfman. Oh, okay. I'll follow you. Great. But for this in the car, he was just like, well, what about, traditionally they don't like the Russians. I went, this man had some thoughts during the Cold War, I'll tell you that. Because he was engaged. And it was just like, I am discussing military strategy with Marv Wolfman, who I forget what exactly he is responsible for creating. Was he the West Coast Avengers? It was that. I don't know. Very fun. No, it was Sterenko? Was it Sterenko? Something like that. That was the one who I took to the airport. Who was like, driver, would you mind? It's very brisk back here with the air conditioner. Jim Starlin. It might have been. I don't know if I moved him. But, yeah. No, the comic book guys, they're very chill. Like, because they're very famous. But they're not... They don't have the sort of same mentality. So they're really, really chill people. I think maybe it's because people don't recognize them out in the streets. Like, they're not going out and people are like, hey, it's Marv Wolfman. And they can live their life without having to, like, deal with that kind of fame. Because that kind of fame it makes things very, very different for you. So, Steranko. I've been telling people, Steranko, he looked like the villain in a movie in the 80s set in Milan. But he's so friendly. He was just like, I'm going to go walk around. And he has this person with him, like this big dude with, like, all tatted up and whatever. Like Maori, maybe. I don't know. And he was just going to the booths that sold comics, like, oh, hello. I don't know if you know, I'm Steranko. I just want to say hi, and I hope you're having a great convention. And just like, this guy, he's very short. Like, maybe I'm just very tall. I don't know. But he dresses impeccably. His fashion sense, impeccable. I love it. He rocks it very, very well. But he's very fun. Dresses like Joe Pesci. I mean, yeah. I never met Stan Lee. No, Pat. And I never will. Because reasons. Who else did I have any interaction with? Oh, I'll tell you who was really nice. Something Jeter. Neji Jeter, I think. He voiced Sam in The Last of Us. He was Miles Morales in the Spider-Man game or 2 or 5. I don't know. Up-and-coming name. So nice. Just so incredibly friendly. Hope for the best for him. But what are we talking in the chat? What are we talking about? Oh, the Black Power Ranger. Yes, it was not Derek Jeter. It was, I think, Neji Jeter. Something. I know. Any total jerks? No, nobody was a jerk. There was an agent for a few of them that some people apparently had problems with. But I also talked to the agents. I got to have a conversation with a few of them. And they're like, this convention was amazing. Like, we were very well taken care of. You had like 8 types of water? That's nuts. Apparently, that's a big deal. If you're running convention, folks, don't just give them a pot of water and a cup. You give them choices for water, that's going to blow their minds. It seems so simple, but yeah, and apparently the catering was incredible. They were very excited. Yeah, there's like one issue of everyone I talked to that was identified that was like tiny. It was very easily addressable. I'll say that. But yes. Is there anyone else? Who? Oh boy, who? He played Fry in Futurama. Billy West. He was there. Billy West is a lot older than in his pictures that he submits for his stuff, and I escorted him somewhere. We didn't talk though, which is fine. I don't ever expect to, but might have been a lot of standing for him. I'm not sure. He's getting up there in years. Seemed like a nice guy. That's probably all of my stories, mostly. Yeah, no, nobody was a jerk. Nobody was rude. The worst that happened was they would just stick to themselves, which is exactly appropriate. Jeff Hart says the biggest issue at cons is usually keeping his celebs on schedule. Yes. Always. That is always the biggest issue. There were a couple issues. I don't know exactly whose fault it was, but it definitely happened here. And we had adjusted as necessary. Tell you what I am going to do to wet the old whistle. I think I maybe will have some of my sparkly apple juice. Just a little bit. Richard Hurd. Oh. Ah, yes. No. Ooh, that's tasty. It's very tasty. Some California apple juice. All right, what's our next video? Something. Ooh. Something. CEO, DUI. Oh, Taser rides, a compilation from Whiskey 77. That, we might have to do that. That feels like, that feels right. Oh, my cup do runneth over. Richard, it's true.
Listen.
All right, this is from Just Police Videos from 5 years ago. Let's begin.
Look at me.
All right. Immediately, I'm seeing what looks like maybe a cane down here. Interesting. More importantly, there's a knife. That might be lethal. Generally, if there's a weapon plate, this is a weapon. At least one officer will have lethal, just in case. But I can't tell from this distance what this is. This is definitely a taser. It's also in Taser Rides compilation, so we can assume it's a taser.
Hey, nobody wants to hurt you.
If I was black, you could shoot me. Because I'm white, I'm dead.
Put the knife down.
I'm fine.
Nope, that's also a taser. Over here. Oh, you do have an officer in the back here. You can some weird crossfire situation going on, but it's a taser. The officer in the back might be out of reach of many of the prongs anyway. But weird choice. If I were this guy, I'd probably shift here. So make my way back, stay out of the range of this taser, make my way back, because you don't want anyone beyond sort of the 180-degree line. Or even that. You want less than that, because crossfire. But again, these are tasers, so that's not a huge deal. But if it changes, like if you have to switch to pistol, it's going to become a huge deal. So I think it's appropriate they're holding tasers. I don't like their positioning at the moment, which is a very fixable thing.
Put it down.
If you keep coming closer, you're dead.
Okay.
I got a second. When
Okay.
the hit come
Okay.
back to you.
Okay.
I know how that is.
Okay.
There he goes. There he goes. Yes.
Okay.
Keep going, dude.
Light him up. No.
Okay. Oh, that's a hard hit. But he had his warnings. He was continuing to hold a knife. He was waving it around. He wasn't moving towards the officers. That's very important. That was a better move. That's at least he's not doing that. But yeah, Taser will lock you up real good. All right, next Taser.
No, shut the fuck up talking to me.
Give me your name.
Shit, you went to go get this motherfucker and get him.
Watch your mouth, kid.
Good. Say watch your mouth. Listen, if you're trying to de-escalate a situation, don't say that. I don't know if it's the officer saying that because I can't see anything.
Give me your name. Hey, turn around. You're under arrest.
Okay. That was. I feel like I've seen this one. That was very quick. Turn around. Psh, you're under arrest. Okay, listen. Quick Draw McGee. Now, I presume there's a lot more that led up to that. Too bad we can't see it because he's all up in his business with the thing. Yeah, generally you want to finish the command, give them the minimal time at least to follow it before tasing them. Unless, of course, something happens that requires you to pull the trigger. And sometimes you have that reaction before you tell your brain to turn off what you're saying. So I'm not saying this is wrong because we don't know all the details. But I have questions.
Hey, turn around. You're under arrest.
Looks like a good taste, though. There are a lot of people around him. It could be a very dangerous situation.
Back up. Put your hands behind your back.
Shay, you would take the mace over the taser? It's very brave of you. I wouldn't. Not 1-to-1. If it was repeated tasings versus mace, but then we could talk.
Hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Back up.
You did this shit.
Put your hands behind your back.
Bro.
Because I said he's under arrest. He can't walk him.
Man, you did not tell me I was under arrest.
I said you're under arrest. It's on video. Give me your name. Hey, turn around. You're under arrest.
Okay, no. If that's the only time he said you're under arrest, that could be a problem, because he fired and then said you're under arrest. We don't know what happened before this, though. So it's possible this was not the first time he said you're under arrest. If that was the first time, it is entirely possible that this was a bad tase. And the officer did the wrong thing.
Back up. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Back up.
Man, you did this shit.
Put your hands behind your back. I said you're under arrest. Yes, give me a...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that one.
Sir, I'm gonna tase you. Taser. Taser deployed. Taser deployed.
Yeah. He tried to flee. Depending on the situation, you can absolutely tase a person who's trying to flee. Again, depending on the situation. Which we don't know what it is. Okay, well this man is just straight up naked. That's a crime. Oh, that's assault an officer. That was a solid slap. Yeah, you're getting tased right in the junk, dude. Was I wrong? He got tased right in the junk, it looks like. He's still moving. Drugs, maybe? He just got slapped by a naked dude. I've seen this one.
It's for her protection.
Don't. And every time I see it, I go, why are you holstering? What de-escalation has occurred that makes you think it's safe to holster that now? Nope. Assault on an officer. Very arrestable. Taser better be... Yep. Taser's back out. She tased him a lot of times in this one, I think. That's the wrong answer. I'm not going to let up unless you put your hands behind your back. He can't. He's being tased. It's going to be very, very difficult. I remember when I was tased for training, and you have people underneath each arm holding you up. So when you tase up, and then they lower you gently to the floor. And the entire time they were lowering me to the floor, and they did it for 10 seconds for me. The bastards. Because I was the last one in line. But I stepped out of line to help someone else who was having a panic attack. Like, we haven't done anyone for 10 seconds. We've only shown you that if you pull the trigger once, it does it for this amount of time, but you can hold it for longer. And so I got 10 seconds. And I remember, as I was being lowered down, they said, relax, relax, relax. How the hell am I going to relax when I have all this electricity going through me? That's not going to happen. So saying I'm not going to let up until you put your hands behind your back is not a good command. Jimmy's mind. Copy that, Judy. You are relieved. Okay, she has... Okay, no. So, she did let go of... Like, she stopped the charge. The taser. And then, for about a second, and then he didn't put his hands behind his back in that second. So once the taser's no longer going, issue the command. Let them orient and put the hands behind the back. If they do anything that's other than that, oh, you pull that trigger again. But she did not give him appropriate time. I would say based on my training. He can't. He's being tased, lady. Yeah, he slapped you. That's assault. However. Oh. No. He's trying to pull the prong out. Disregard. You can keep tasing them for that. Because that is a problem. That would be a good argument to make. Oh, he pulling the prongs out, so I got him again. But what she needs to do is while the electricity's going through him, you need to roll him over and gain control. That's something we were trained on. It's like once you tase, you close that distance and you get them on their stomach if you can. And then you basically get on top of them in whatever way is necessary based on the circumstance to get their arms behind them. She's not doing that. Tasing him again if he's trying to pull the prongs out, though, that I will allow. That would be appropriate.
Woman.
But she's not giving him orders when he's not being tased. It's really hard to listen to orders when you have that electricity going through you. I don't like, in my mind, this is something that she could be disciplined for. Issue a command. No, issue a command. Issue a command. Issue a command. There you go. Alright, so he's not doing it. But she did issue the command at the right time. We are trained that you shouldn't be tasing anybody more than 3 times in a row. If you have to do that, find a different way to do it. You might have to escalate to a different method, but more than 3 blasts from a taser, basically, can apparently become very dangerous. So there's a lot about this that I do not like. I mean, he's doing the wrong thing, but I see a lot of problems based on the training that I had.
No. Ooh.
No. Wrong. Bike Grandma says, I've never been tased. How long does it take to recover and be able to move? Immediate. Once that electricity is not going through you, you can immediately move. And it's like you're a little bit sore from working out. That's the worst, effect afterwards. During it, oh, it's real hard to move. Really hard to move if you got a good connection. Afterwards, you can immediately function. You might be a little sore because all your muscles are tensing. But he would be able to move after being tased. Unless he's having a heart attack or something. Which, being tased that much might be a problem. So, that's not the issue here that I can think of. Yeah. This one's bad.
Turn around! Put your hand behind your back right now!
Yeah, that wasn't him going onto his stomach. That was him, it would look like, trying to get away. So that may have been appropriate. But again, she's tased him way too many times at this point, potentially. All right. All right, good.
Stay like that! Do not move until someone else comes here. Do you understand me? Do you understand what I'm saying? You never...
Now, I will say this. In a one-on-one fight, there's a chance she would lose. And so it's reasonable that she would want to wait for backup, or she might try to, take these drastic actions to gain control. But there were alternatives. She can go hands-on while he's being tased. It is a possibility. And sure, she was assaulted, but if her concern is that she won't win that fight, it may be appropriate to, bite that hit and just, all right, well, now you're going to get arrested. However, I'm going to maintain distance as long as you are not going after other people or fleeing. There were a lot of things wrong with that situation that officer did. And it wasn't an easy or good situation. But that right there says needs more training. So, Mike Grandma says that almost seemed like a fear response from her. Oh, yeah. It's scary. When you're in a fight that you're probably not going to win, I'm not saying that she's not going to win, but if you believe you're not going to win, it's scary. Because all they have to do is overpower you and take your gun and you're dead. The presumption is if you lose a fight, you're dead. Because it's so incredibly illegal to fight an officer to the point where they're incapacitated, that the presumption is a person who wins that fight is going to take the pistol and then shoot the officers so that they can't report it. There are no witnesses, that kind of thing. That's the presumption. So we never try to take an officer's pistol, so they will kill you. Because that is the legal presumption, the defendable presumption. So yeah, if you're not going to win that fight, you have to take some drastic measures. But if that taser is not working, because you've done your 3 tases, and maybe her training wasn't that. That was my training. Maybe it's not the same. You generally escalate. If that taser's not working, if you have OC, baton, whatever, you think those are effective, escalate to that. If those don't, draw down on the dude. If the taser's not going to stop him, and he's still trying to fight you, and you can articulate that you're going to lose that fight, and none of the other tools you have at your disposal are going to be effective in stopping the threat, you escalate to the minimum necessary force. And that minimum necessary force might be a gun. But it can be argued that tasing this guy, 8 times, however many times it was, functionally amounts to lethal force because of how dangerous it is for the human body. And now that would come down to expert testimony in court if it went to court. But it just goes against a lot of my training, at the very least. Peter says that is why Dutch police always drive 2 people. Also, should have holstered in the first place. Yeah, the holstering was a dumb idea on her part. I don't know what she was saying. Pam says I take the mace over the taser, but I have 4 metal tubes in my heart. Not sure they wouldn't cause a problem. That's fair. Shay 2 says she seemed like she was freaking out about the whole thing. I mean, she could have been very new to it. That would explain a lot. Not justify it, but explain it. Yeah. Make your own cuffs out of 550 cord? I do love 550 cord. Andrew, do I think she panicked and couldn't think of what else to do? Yeah, I think she panicked, tased him, and didn't. Was like, well, now I'm stuck with the taser because they're in him. It makes sense to keep them in him. I think there was a lot of panic there. Next one. All right. Emotionally charged situation. Dude's flailing around a lot. Can be considered an aggressive gesture. Taser is... I would agree with the taser. You can see it right there at this dude. I don't know what the situation is, but someone moving around like that, gesturing like that, that's an aggressive posture or gesture. And a taser, I feel, is not inappropriate in this situation. Oh. What is... Oh, I see. So it looks like a couple officers, or one officer might be making an arrest, and this person might be a friend of the person being arrested, and this officer is keeping away from the arrest. That would be appropriate. If you're making an arrest and other people are trying to interfere, that is also a crime. So you can address them with the necessary force. If that's what's happening, let's check it out. So we have resisting, probably, almost certainly. This guy maybe failed to obey, depending on what the statute actually is. That de-swing? What was... Might have come too close, might have swung. Might have just been you failed to follow instructions for too long. Which also, you can get tased for failing to follow instructions for too long. So, that might be appropriate. Unfortunately, we don't see all of it. But he drops him. Oh, going fast. Okay. Looks like a response as opposed to a chase. Yeah. All right, yeah. Officer assist. You drive close. You are fast. You drive fast to those.
Quit reaching. Quit reaching.
What is he reach? Is he reaching for his own gun? The officer's gun?
Taser! 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 Oh, okay. I do.
Now that close, you're not going to lock up their body too well. It's going to hurt. But the longer the spread between the two prongs, the more your body's going to just lock up. That close, probably not going to do much. I mean, it's going to, great pain compliance. It's going to stop some of their muscles. But, yeah, this guy's still going to be able to move like this. Sorry, hit the wrong button there. But closing that distance and using the drive stun, very good. Now, if you have prongs in them, and if you put your taser in them, that drive stun, I think, yeah, you'll hit them with the stun as opposed to the prongs because of how resistance works, I believe. So if you close that distance, you can keep hitting them with it because it won't be through the entire body. It'll just be at that localized place, and it will be essentially more of a pain compliance tool. And then you have to gain distance. The prongs still in. You can pull the trigger, and it will lock them up again. But after you tase them, you want to close that distance. It gives you a lot more options with the tools that you have.
Hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back, or I'm going to tase you again right now. Go. Put your hand. I don't know.
It's good tase. That's exactly how it should be. The thigh. The thigh is one of the places that is trained on it because it has so much muscle. The more muscle you have, the more effective a taser is. So people are like, I'm so big and beefy, I can take taser. It's probably going to be more effective, my dude. So the thigh is absolutely placed. The back right here, there's a lot of good muscle there. I mean, really anywhere. Probably not the face. But thigh and sort of here along the front is definitely where you want to hit. But you can see this officer going specifically for the thigh. This is an officer who's been trained with the taser. I love it. Oh, trying to grab the taser. Oh, boy. Oh, no, no. No, no, no. Hit it again. Yep. I mean, at this point, if he's trying to take your taser, close hand strikes might be authorized, depending on the department, to the arm, basically to deaden the arm, cause someone to sort of release it. Not like to the face, but if they're grabbing at your tools, your weapons, generally you can strike at that arm. Again, department dependent. My department would have allowed it. Others wouldn't.
Okay. No, stop resisting. You keep resisting. Put your hand behind your back. I ain't do nothing. Just be down.
You're resisting at the very least, my dude.
What?
No, you can't. You don't tase them in the privates. You don't hit the chibly bits.
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
What did I do? What did I do?
You're under arrest. I'll explain it to you in a second. Get your hands behind your back.
What did I do? I didn't do nothing wrong.
Resisting.
I'm telling you, put your hands behind your back. I'm about to pepper spray you too. You start listening, bud. Put your hand.
Yeah, if taser's not working, pepper spray's an option.
Put your hand behind your back.
I'll tell you, none of the officers want to do the pepper spray because they're all going to get a whiff of it. We don't like to do it.
Put your hand behind your back. What is my unit? Give me some units here now.
And also, when people are like, why are so many officers responding? Is it working? Are they getting this man? I'll tell you this. Locking your arms up like this, it takes a lot of force to undo that. I talk about it all the time. Lieutenant Cook, captain now, I believe at least. Very fit man. Very, very competent. Used to run, like Ironmans all the time. He did a lot of wrestling, a lot of martial arts stuff. And every Thursday in the 66th MP company, we would do combatives for PT. And I, as a joke, was like, ha, sir, I'll take you on. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, you and me. And he's like, okay, fine. He didn't beat me. I did not beat him. I basically just turtled. I just hunkered down, and he couldn't pull anything out because I have it all locked up. And then I'd let him tire himself out, and I explosive try to go for anything. And the moment I thought he was gonna, grab a joint, grab an arm, get around my neck, my leg, anything where he could use leverage against me, I would just turtle again. And then he'd be like trying to get at me and get under and choke me out, or get to my arm to bend it and cause me a tap. And then I would just rotate on him and try to grab him. Most of it was me turtling and just locking up. And in a graded, scored match, he would have won absolutely on points. But he did not make me tap. I didn't make him tap. I didn't even come close. Basically, he's smaller than me, so I turtle, explosive onto him. I just shove him away. I just basically throw him, and then turtle again. And it pissed him off because he wanted this. And I was like, nope, pure defense, baby. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of force to stop someone from just locking up and doing that. You generally do need multiple people, or you have to escalate to more force. And it's having more people apply that force is actually often less damaging to a person because they're not using a baton. They're not tasing you. You're not being sprayed. They don't have the dog. So, yeah, sometimes you do need more officers to deal with things because what we're seeing right now. Grab a joint. Yeah. I'll tell you what really works really well. That. If you can get to someone, you get a palm to their nose and push up. I mean, depends on the fight because they might bite you. If you have gloves, maybe a good idea. But if you can strike to the nose and push, you got control. And then just go under. We weren't supposed to do that. I mean, we were allowed to choke people out with, like, you were expected to tap before you lost consciousness. But that was an absolutely viable option. Strikes, though, you weren't supposed to. So they were more pushes than strikes when it happened. Because training, you don't actually want people hurt. But that's the way to do it. Is if you can get your hand to their face, to their nose, push up, get to their neck to choke them out. Life or death. All right? Not, they stole my purse. Come back here. But like if it's a fight for life, it's a good option. Let's do turtley first. Turtle club. Turtle.
Just hold him here till we get another unit. We're gonna roll it. Just hold his hands.
What's happening to his neck?
What did I do?
No, he can still speak.
I'll explain to you in a second.
They're being, like, the officer's doing this pretty well. That's true, Hitchbot. Karate Kid wasn't supposed to crane kick and he still won.
Okay. Let go of your hand. Let go of your hand. Let go of your hand.
We got another 2 vehicles arriving, it sounds like, at least.
We're okay. Relax. Relax.
Yeah, he's not relaxing. It's working. Yeah, they are staying very composed. They're handling this very professionally. I do love to see this. They did a great job. Taser is absolutely appropriate here. This is a man that's going to beat any of them one-on-one. You could justify that in court any day. Taser's appropriate. I probably would have gained more distance to get a better spread. So 2 steps back and then fire. But it seemed to have worked. You be aggressive at me looking like that? No.
Get over there to the red car and I'll come. Who called?
We're not having this. No, ma'am. You are not involved. Please just hold the dog.
Who? I don't give a fuck. Bitch, anybody can call. Motherfucker call the track.
Well, with the dog involved, because that dog's probably... You could expect that dog to attack if you tase this dude.
Ma'am, do not let him go. You don't. That dog will get hurt if you let it go.
Don't mean me a motherfucking thing. Fuck you.
I'm about to tase you, sir. Taser! Taser!
For attack? Is he reaching for something? I don't know. Wasn't good.
Stop it.
86-1 fighting.
Oh, I've seen this one. Dude armed with a hammer. Yeah. Kind of hard to see it, but you can see the hammer on the left there. Yeah, Taser's good for that.
You arresting somebody else.
Yes! Pete Barnes, my boy!
Barnes.
Woo! Hold on, we gotta hear it again.
They're afraid of being held accountable. Pete Barnes.
It's a nice speech, but you're not, still not getting in.
Because you can't even issue a warrant for me. Well, no, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to speak with the prosecutor. Well, please step aside. I'm going in.
No, you're not going in.
Don't touch me.
You're not going in, sir.
Let the record show that you just battered me.
You're not on the record, weirdo.
Step back.
And you're using...
Shocking.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Hey, you just try to force your way into a courtroom, dude. Trespass.
Hey.
Hold up.
What are you arresting me for?
She's grabbing him. Oh, look at the officers just zoop when they hear taser. We can go with that. All right. Now this officer here, he's nodding to whoever's there to come out. So I presume he sees a taser. This person just like, it hasn't gotten too crazy yet, which is true. Like, this person is doing whatever they're doing. I don't know if they're holding on to each other or what. But fair, she doesn't need to step in yet. But watch. Hold on, we gotta see the head nod again.
What are you arresting me for?
He looks in the doorway, nods. Taser pops up, says taser. You say taser, so that all the officers know to whoop. Just bounce back for a second. You see it happen here. We're gonna watch it again because I love it. Yoink and down. Oh. Well, that happened.
Now, are you going to cooperate, Christian?
I feel like yes.
Are you going to cooperate?
Just deal with this. Okay? We're on timeout now, man.
Jacket like this, tasers might be difficult because the prongs might not make it all the way through. Things to think about if you're tasing somebody.
Quinn, calm down and be later on. Down.
Resisting.
Stop resisting. Stop.
Very, very clearly resisting. Okay. Now, some departments will authorize that a strike to the back of the knee to get them to drop down. This isn't necessarily pain compliance. It's more joint manipulation, I guess. But like, if 1, 2, 3, 4 people can't stop this man from moving forward, that's not necessarily inappropriate. Now, I may have done, dry stun to the thigh. However, I might have to release because I don't want to waste my cartridge on it. I wouldn't say that's inappropriate necessarily. It could be, but I would say probably not. They grab him. Oh yeah, he's fighting now. And you see she backs off. He drops his jacket to fight, or to escape, probably not to fight, which made that taser a lot more effective, because I was saying that taser probably not getting through that jacket, but it's getting through that t-shirt. See that again. Yeah. Now his feet are still going to be able to move, because they only got him in the back. But it still dropped him. Yeah, you can see his feet still kicking. And he complies real quick. And that's that. Them's the tasers, folks. Hi, chat. How are you doing? Yeah. 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 I am Lord. Yeah. So, taser videos. You always wanted to tase your son? Huh? Oh, Hitchbot, the one that like flew through the air? God, I love that video. It's a good one. Yeah. There was, of all of those, I think only one of them I really had problems with. Robert Carley, he said that I can't prove that he's actually going to. And if he ever releases those calls, he is going to be charged with crimes. It's that simple. I'm not going to record the calls. The judge said, yeah, don't do it. Okay. If the judge is okay with not having that evidence, the judge is like, just take good notes. If that's the standard, great. Too easy. Richard Cranium says, stupid question, can the police be liable for any injuries that occur from the fall? No, that's a great question, actually. It's not stupid at all. Such as the woman hitting her head on the chair when the person was tased. Now, she probably didn't get too much damage. It's the stares of this last guy that worried me. And it really comes down to, was there anything the officer could have done or should have done to make it safer? And generally, no. Like, if you're getting tased, you're getting tased. But if you're running, for example, and you jump over a pit of spikes, and an officer decides that is the moment to tase you, and then you fall into the pit of spikes, yeah, they probably could be held accountable. Because it could be argued you could have tased them before. Or let's say they're running towards you. No. It would be tricky. If you could have waited until they were over that spike pit and it wouldn't have made a single bit of difference, but you chose not to, then yeah, you could be held liable. Otherwise, I would argue it would be very, very challenging. Because you sort of did it to yourself. I can't guarantee that. Taipan said, I got what it felt like a taser, where I touched the machine at work and it had a short and I got hit with 24 volts AC. Alternating current would, yeah. So the thing about the taser, it's not just the electricity, it's the pulse. That of the taser, you feel that. You feel every pulse going from point A to point B on those prongs. It's like a steel ball bearing running through your body. And it's not necessarily painful, it's just incredibly intense. It's very hard to describe it. Pain is an easy one. Drive stun feels like pain. The prongs themselves didn't feel like pain, just felt overwhelming intensity. That's more or less. I don't really know how to explain it. But alternating current might feel that way. Not really sure. Hitchbot, not going to get tased near a pit of spikes. It's good. What if the guy fell from the balcony from being tased? That's actually... If they stepped towards you aggressively, you tased them, and they fell over the balcony, probably not. If they were just not complying, and you're like, no, I'm going to tase you. If they're just like, I'm not moving from this spot, you're like, fine, I'll tase you. And they fall off the balcony. Maybe. If it was reasonable to believe that you caused that or should have known better. Because technically, you don't have to tase at that point. Like, let's say, this is actually an example, a real-world example. Someone is in a hotel room, and as police burst in, they cover themselves with gasoline so that a taser will... You lose the option of tasing because you're just going to catch them on fire. At that point, you could draw your gun if they were a deadly threat, or you could wait for more officers to go hands-on. But a taser would basically be considered a lethal weapon at that point. And if you utilize a lethal weapon without being able to justify it, that would be a huge problem. So that would be a situation. That's an actual real-world situation. Not mine. It was a teacher of mine in high school was a sort of part-time officer. I forget what it's called. And that was a story he shared. So there are circumstances where presumably an officer could be held responsible. I would think, I don't actually know definitely, but if someone's just leaning against a railing, I'm not going to move. I've committed a crime. You can come and grab me. And you tase them, they fall over. I would say, yeah, maybe. Leaving a handcuffed person in the car parked in train tracks. Yeah. That feels like a liability. Juggernaut Jared. 90% off, you say? Oh, 49 cents. All right, I'll look at it right now. But will I ever play it? Probably not. Yeah. I mean, that price is very good. I probably would never play it. Time. I don't have that much time these days. Guns make sparks too, that's true, but if you're shooting at them, they're already going to die, essentially. Like, that's the idea. They don't? Great. But the idea is the shooting should be justified. Oh, happy birthday, Taipan. Would I rather be tased or pepper sprayed? Tased, 100%. Sovereign Citizen getting own compilation. We've covered that one, I think. Anyway, do we think I should play a little video games on Twitch? Do a little bit of VR chat? Not police auxiliary. It was, I mean, maybe. That might be the term for it. He had a different term. Don't remember what it was. Two police arrests about 1 minute long per video. Oh. We'll have to go return to that. But I'm thinking about getting some water in me, and maybe heading over to VR chat. People want to join me. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me. A lot of fun, just having a chill thing. Might have been reserves, police reserves. That might be it. That feels right. But anyway. I'm going to go over to Twitch if you want to come hang out some more. Twitch.tv/Sergeant Blue Bacon. Do I double stream to YouTube as well? Nah, I'll keep it on Twitch. At least the Pirates. I want to play Black Wake. No, I told people I'd do VR chat with them. But in the future, hopefully. Do keep in mind that for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be basically... relatively unavailable because army training. So we shall see. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. You guys are the best. Until the next time, be good, stay safe.